Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Carrie, and we are one adventure at a time. Today we are coming to you from the beautiful state of South Carolina.
We've been living in our self-converted van now for 1 year.
December 1st will be our one official full year.
So we are excited to take this time and share with you what we'd change about our van build if we could do it all over again. Stay tuned.
When we were building our van out, we were on a really tight budget.
Some of the fixes are fairly cheap and we can do without spending a lot of extra money, but there is a couple we would have had to work a little bit longer and save up for.
I think it might have been worth it in the long run though.
Let's go take a look. Our sink is way too small. We got a nice deep bar sink and we thought it would work out great. It does have pretty good length to it, but our main cooking utensils, our pan, which we're using twice a day, does not fit good into the sink. So every time that I'm doing dishes, I'm getting water all over the counter space and have to clean it up. And if you look at the counter, I mean, we've got like a frame all the way around it, and this frame is not getting used for anything. So there's no reason I couldn't have put a bigger sink in to take up most of the whole countertop and then had a lot more usable space. As it is right now, maybe we set a coffee cup on the edge here and then slam the door and the coffee cup falls on the floor. So not very usable.
The great fan debate continues. Now we have two fans, one in front and one in the back above our bed, and we love the placement of our fans. Now both fans are exhaust fans, which means they bring the air out. I think the fan over the bed should be a reversing fan for two reasons. We can have the front one exhausting and the back one bringing the air in. That's going to give us a greater airflow through the van. Second reason is at night we can turn this one on to bring the cool air in right down on top of us. So I think if we were to do it all over again, we'd put a reversing fan in the back.
Back in our bed space, I would have installed cabin windows, one on each side. Right now we have 3 inches of insulation in the walls, so we're losing 6 inches of space right there. And I'm a stomach sleeper, so I like to sleep with my hands over my head, and it is tight. So the extra room of not having the insulation in the walls and the benefit of having a small cabin window that has a screen that we can slide open and use for ventilation, it seems like a really good idea, and I would definitely install them. They're not expensive.
There's two things right here that we would change, and first we have to show you Rudel, and look how he's sleeping on the couch. Now as you can see, he usually doesn't use this portion of the couch. So what we would do is we would extend this counter out about 18 inches. I would have a 2-burner gas stove built into the counter with storage underneath. That would still leave Rudel enough room to sleep on the couch, but I would make it like a chase lounge where that section over there would pull all the way out to the door. Which would also give us an extra sleeping space from side to side.
Our propane heater is a Wave 6 and we really like it. It's been real efficient heat, but you do have to think about ventilation while you're using it. So if we could do it all over again, I would work the extra month to whatever it would take to put a Webasto heater in. And what's cool, if you haven't heard about the Webasto heaters, is they fit underneath your seat and they tap right into your fuel tank for gasoline engines. S-Bar makes one for a diesel engine. What I like about these is they vent directly to the outside and they have a thermostat on them. So you can pretty much set and forget them, and you can run them all night. You don't have to worry about shutting them off before you go to bed. So I think that would be worth saving up for. And last, our battery bank, one of the most important parts of our build. And we did a lot of research on this, and we were looking at different battery banks, and a lot of the lithium batteries were going to cost between $4,000 and $8,000 to really do everything we wanted them to. And that's not including the cost of maybe having somebody help you install it if you're not an electrician. So we went with the lithium Goal Zero 1400. And this battery, we love it. It's about as close as you can get to plug and play. But using this battery, we really have to conserve. So we are charging our lights, running our fan, a water pump, charging all of our camera devices, and running this refrigerator. This is a Dometic 28 quart. It's a small, efficient refrigerator, but it still uses about 20% of that battery per 24 hours. So in about 4 days, if we don't get any sun and we're not driving around charging with our inverter, then we're completely out of power. So we really have to conserve on that. We are still very happy that we went with Goal Zero, but I think if we could redo it, I would work just a little bit more and spend a little bit more money and buy the Goal Zero 3000. So it has over twice the power and would probably easily get us eight days without sun, which makes a big difference because we generally don't spend that much time in one place.
We really love our van, and being on the road 1 year has really shown us how much energy we are actually using.
When we first started off, we really didn't have a clue how much we were going to consume. But we finally got it kind of figured out. We like using propane to cook with, and that really takes the load off the battery bank, and I think it allows us to go with less than most people have. That said, I think we do need just a little bit bigger, but we don't need one of those giant $4,000 or $8,000 setups.
Battery systems, yeah. Now, knowing this guy here and how much he loves snow, it was probably a no-brainer that we're going to be in cold country.
Yeah, I should have just worked a little bit longer, saved the money, figured out how to install my own Webasto heater.
Yeah. Having said that, we love the Wave 6 and it is doing the job just fine.
Yeah, if you're thinking about putting one in your vehicle, I wouldn't hesitate. It's a very nice heater.
But if you like a constant temperature with a thermostat, which I would like.
And you're going to be in cold weather all the time.
I think it's worth it, yeah.
So we hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And we really appreciate you watching our videos.
Yes, thank you. All right, let's get Bob Barker out. Rudolph!
Come on, boy. Oh, it's all about you. Good boy. Good boy. Can I see it? Can I see it? Good boy.